Lois be chilling right now. Go pee-pee now. Move out. Now, I realize this probably isn't a very exciting video, but trust me, there's worse on YouTube. Believe that. Come on, Lois. Let's get some movement. Move out. Come on, let's go. Move out. Whoa. She likes to run around sometimes. Now, this is where the big dogs usually play, but, there's not too many big dogs up at 2:20 in the morning. See, she gets a little exercise on. Earl Skakel here live at the West Hollywood Dog Park. Look at that smile. What up, ACDC 5150? Lois, look at that smile. The greatest dog on planet Earth. All right, well, Lois wants to come up. Oh, she was about to jump up, but she's too tired. She's already tired. Now, I was going to do a stream tonight, but, of course, got some late breaking news that Comedy Store paid regular Angel Salazar passed away today. And I just wasn't feeling it. Most of you probably don't know who he is, but he was Chi-Chi in Scarface. And he kind of got fucked over in Scarface because Pacino kind of took all his mannerisms, and the producer, went up to Angel Salazar and was like, hey, bro, we can't have two people who sound alike. And Angel Salazar was probably like, but this is how I talk. So if you notice, a lot of Angel Salazar's scenes in The Wildlife were him not really saying much. But he did have the iconic line when they killed the cop, Mel Bernstein, and they were going to, what about Ernie, man? Ernie, you want a job? Call me tomorrow. And Angel Salazar said, hey, man, you got the job. Notification, your live will be taken down if you do not end it within 1 minute, including permanent ban. Is that true? I don't think I'm doing anything that would cause me to get a permanent ban. Am I getting trolled? I don't think I am. So, yes, I got Visa. I got MasterCharge. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong, but you know what? If YouTube wants to ban me, go ahead. It's been about a minute, so I'm going to guess I'm getting trolled. Now, I don't understand why anyone would do that. I've got a stream that's been going on for 6 minutes. I got 5 people in here, and someone wants to fuck with me. I just don't get that. I really don't. But that is the business of online entertainment. So I haven't said any dirty language. I have not said anything inappropriate. So we're just going to keep going. Lois, go pee-pee. But thank you guys for tuning in late night. Lois, you got to go to the bathroom, man. Come on. Now, a lot of nightclubs are getting out right now, so that's why you hear a lot of noise, drunks and whatnot. I mean, I guess that's, I don't know what that is. I mean, it looks official. But, it's been a couple minutes now, so I think we're good. I mean, I've been pretty good on YouTube, not getting my channel struck. No, I think a couple copyright claims, but they keep them up. I just can't get monetized on it. I'm okay with that. Lois, go pee-pee. Go pee-pee now. Come on, go pee-pee. So we'll probably do a stream later this week, probably Thursday night. I really was planning on a good one tonight, and I didn't really know Angel that much, to be honest with you. But he was the first comic I saw at the Comedy Store. So I always felt kind of a kinship with him. Lois, come on now. This is what she does when there are dogs here. She just chills. I don't know. I mean, he was in his mid-60s. I always guess either a heart attack or cancer. I mean, he did a lot of blow back in the day. And, I'm talking 80s blow. So, I'm going to guess internally his organs weren't the best. But he was pretty funny. All right, Lois, let's go pee-pee. Come on. Come on. Come on, let's go. Pee-pee. So it's kind of sad. comics from that era are going to start passing away. I mean, if because he was a pretty hard partier. Like he was hanging with Louis Anderson and that crowd. So, but he was the first comic I ever saw at the Comedy Store. And I remember when he walked out on stage, I got so starstruck. I was going, oh my God, that's the guy from The Wildlife. So I just started yelling his lines out. I got Visa, I got Master Charge. And he looked at me like, huh? I'm like, I got Visa, I got Master Charge. And finally, after about the fifth time, he looked at me and goes, Visa, I got Master Charge, Wildlife. Now shut the fuck up. Pretty funny. I mean, sorry about that. I mean, Angel hung out with Sam Kinison, Dice. I mean, he went hard in the paint, if you know what I'm saying. Lois, go pee-pee now. All the dog pee around here, and you're just going to sit there and stare into the camera? So rest in peace, Angel Salazar. You're up there with Paul Shinar, who played Sosa. I told you a long time ago, Tony, don't ever fuck me. It was also, Paul Shinar was also in Raw Deal, one of the great guilty pleasure movies by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who else from Scarface is dead? I don't know. That's a good one. I have to think. I think a lot of the cast is still alive. You got to figure some of the older people are dead. I think the guy who played the dirty cop, I think is still alive. Hey, Loca, fuck you. The dog's the best. How dare you say that about my dog? I mean, it's 2:30 in the morning. What do you expect? Jesus. The best dog ever. I'm nice enough to be doing this stream. So this is why I don't do live streams for people like you. You're kind of nasty looking, Loca, to be honest with you. Oh, Lois, she's chilling right now. Lois, hey. No, I mean, I think I'm the only straight guy out here right now, so I'm just chilling, Mason. I don't want no problems. You ain't sorry looking, Lois. Look at that face. Lois, look into the camera. See, she listens. Look at that face. She's just chilling right now. That's my baby right here. Lois, man, you're on YouTube Live. We got 3 people listening. Hit the like button, the other 2. Come on, man. I don't ask for much. And I believe Angel Salazar was in Carlito's Way, if I'm not mistaken, but I haven't seen that movie in a minute. Sorry about that, man. I get gassy when people talk bad about Lois. I'm starting to think that doing a live stream at 2:30 in the morning is not the best tactical idea. But that's all right. I'll still do it for 20 minutes. Because I don't give a fuck. So you got 3.5 minutes to ask me anything. And then we are done for this evening. And now we've got nobody listening. But I'll still finish out the 3.5 minutes. Because I'm a man of my fucking word. Lois be chilling, Lois. I mean, like I said, is it the most interesting show? Probably not. But there's worse. I mean, would you rather have me at the dog park at 2:35 in the morning or listen to the fucking Dabbleverse? Yeek. And sometimes, like late night, there's some punani, if you know what I'm talking about, in this dog park. Not often, I'm not going to lie to you, but. And they all love Lois. Lois is a real wing woman. Lois, you better go tinkle. Hope everyone is safe out there with these wacky weather systems. I'm not traveling anytime soon. Of course, 2 weekends from now, we will be doing the annual Brody Stevens softball game. Who knows? Maybe me and Jeff Ross will be on the same team. What if me and Jeff were like second and first baseman? I had to throw the ball to him. I'm a competitor. Lois, pee-pee. Man. Finally, man. Okay, Lois, move out. So all I needed was one pee. We got 1 minute. 1 minute before the dog park live is done. But I'll be on YouTube a couple times this week. Don't you worry about that. Move out. See, she's got some speed. Look at that tail wagging. Brody was a funny dude. One of the great LA comics. But, unfortunately, couldn't exercise his demons. All right, let me see if I can do this. Come here, Lois. There we go. Move out. Whoa. But, Brody was probably the most iconic LA comic that I've done comedy around. I mean, what did he die, I think 5 years ago? And they still hold memorials for him and all kinds of stuff. I'd like to think that would be the same way for me. Daddy Man. People would be upset if Daddy Man... I'll give you guys a little late night tour. Remember when Suge Knight got arrested? This is actually the sheriff's station where he turned himself in. The West Hollywood Sheriffs. Dante is a fraud. Nothing more than a two-bit hustler. I forget what tree, but one of these trees was the one, probably this one, where Suge put his cigar out and he walked in like he was just chilling. So this is the West Hollywood Sheriff's Station. And ironically, you'd think West Hollywood, you'd feel really fucking safe with the sheriff's station. I mean, I could hit a hockey puck from my balcony to this sheriff's station. And it's, whoa. Get the firehouse, 'cause she sets my soul on fire. And this neighborhood is rough still. People don't give a fuck. I don't know if you saw that video of me. I think it's Street People of Beverly Hills is the Instagram site. And a couple nights ago, the 7-Eleven I go to was just like totally bombarded by youths. And they didn't even put fucking mask on. They just... Let's go this way. Hold on. Something happened. Let's see if this is a guy or a girl. I don't know. Ooh, sorry. I don't know. Come on. Oh, she's friendly, I swear. Come on. So I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Let's see what happened down there. I'm sorry. I mean, it might be. I don't know. Let's see what happened here. Yes, the bass player, something's going down up here. And who is this girl just walking in the middle of the street? I maybe we'll get some, oh, Jesus. Oh. Oh, well, I tried, guys. I tried. Best dog ever. Oh. She is.
No, he is.
Who? Oh my God, I'm sorry.
He's the best dog ever.
Look at this dog right here.
Saying I'm the best dog ever.
Well, they can be 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
We do that.
Hey, how are you, man?
Daddy, I have faith in my city. I have faith in my
Hey,
city.
buddy. What happened? What happened here?
I have faith in
I
my
don't know.
city.
This guy just fell out on the floor. I
Oh,
think he's had too much alcohol
all right.
to the point
I
where he
have
can't
faith in
even
my
get
city.
up.
You don't have to
Oh,
talk to him.
Jesus.
You don't have to talk to him.
Hey, sweetie.
So he has to be lifted up.
Wow, Sunday night.
You want a nice little stroll?
Yeah, she's got to be walked. How
I
about
love
you?
that. No, I'm just gonna go home.
Okay. Well, nice to.
I have faith in my
Nice to
city.
bump into
We don't have to
I
talk
think
to
I'm
him.
going this way. I just thought I'd see what was going on there.
Just keep shooting your uniform, sir.
All right.
Hello. Is this like Christmas? What's going on? I'm like seeing this car that looks like Christmas, like right
Yeah, I don't know what that girl's problem was. Come on. Okay. I don't know if that was a girl, to be honest with you.
Bye, Craig.
I really don't. I mean, kind of fishy she was walking around late night. This is why I don't stay out late at night. It's just there's nothing good can come from hanging out on a Sunday night.
I'm like, all right. Hey, he's a come here.
I mean, yeah, the freaks are out tonight. I mean, this is Sunday night. And that girl, she was probably a prostitute. She's working it. Come on, but I don't know too many girls who walk the streets, literally in the middle of the street. She was showing the goods. I know they really are zombies, bro. And that's why it's dangerous out here. See, because where I'm going to make a left on my street right now, a lot of thieves know, criminals, undesirables. They know that right now it's 3 a.m. on Sunday. Who's ever out's probably pretty fucked up and easy for a takedown. But heaven help someone who tries to fuck me right now. But like I like to give you guys a little. Now I did a comedy show here one night with Sam Tripoli right there. Actually, the stage was well, there's people there, but like the freaks are out tonight, and this is a Sunday night. You can imagine what the deal is on Friday and Saturday nights. But I don't know. I mean, the tits looked pretty real. AC/DC. I mean, I'm no cop, but I'm a, hold on, there's broken glass right here, Lois. Let's just step around it. But, you know, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Been a minute since I've done a late night stream. And although this isn't technically an Earlverse stream, hopefully you had some laughs. You saw some women that might not be women. Who knows? I think that was that Albanian boxer. Hello! The fuck out of my face. I mean, she had a nice ass and giant jugs, but she might have also had a hog too, so, you know, yeeks. Oh, were they Algerian? I don't know. I mean, I thought the Asian one was even bigger. And I still don't know, technically, what the deal is. You know how happy she is. All right, Lois is her food bowl is empty, so we're gonna give her some treats. These little, and now we will, here's the, oh, are we allowed to have this on while, let me turn off. I don't want to get dinged by the NFL. Hey, it's an Earlverse stream. What happens if I go like that? Okay. Put the Earl sign on, even though you can't really see it. Welcome to the Earlverse via the iPhone. So here we are. It's a 2:52 in the AM. Thank you very much. Good to be back. Lois is thirsty. It's very hot in Los Angeles right now, I will tell you that much. Although the Pittsburgh Steelers lost their first preseason game, bring back Matt Canada. You know what I'm saying? You know. Just kidding. So it's good, always good when football is coming back. You've got hockey. I was at the Kings practice facility last Friday, a week ago last Friday, and you already saw players coming in for treatments and getting ready. So, and two star players from the Kings. I won't say who. I don't want to blow their game up, but you know, this is it's a big year for the Kings. That is for sure. The Steelers need AB back like I need a couple ex-girlfriends back. Oh, no, you don't have to guess which ones I'm talking about. But, you know, AB could have been one of the all-time greats. But, I mean, the Lions look good, you know. I'm happy for Jared Goff because he got fucked by the Rams. Just kind of tossed aside. And Now I think he's in a better position to win than they are. So I fucking love that. Um, and if you go on my Instagram, you can see a very lovely picture of me and Angel Salazar. Check it out, please. Um, it's, the last time he was at the Comedy Store, he and Stephen Bauer, who played Manolo from Scarface, they were there. And like I said in my post, you would have thought De Niro and Pacino were up there. Everyone wanted a picture with those two. And it was awesome. AB was, yeah, I mean, those had concussions, especially the kind he got from the Vontaze Perfect hit. Like, he's fucking crazy, bro. Like, Antonio Brown. I mean, I've taken a lot of cryo, and to take cryo with no socks on, not even a towel covering the bottom of your feet, is fucking nuts. Like, I can barely do cryo, and I've got the place I go to now. They make you wear your socks, their socks, and preferably sneakers or shoes before they even let you in. Um, so yeah, I mean, instant CTE. It's like you watch some of those early UFC fights when I think the referees were basically told to not stop the fights. So, that's a very interesting aspect of the early UFC. So, Earl, if you had the option to freeze yourself right now and awaken again in 100 years, would you do it? Probably not. I've got too much invested in this life. So, I mean, internally, my body feels pretty good. I mean, I definitely get sore. I worked out tonight, lifted heavy weights. I know I'm not fucking around, Kongzilla. But I also don't have to get up tomorrow, so I don't mind doing this. Earlier thoughts on Trump fans going after Rogan after he basically backed RFK Jr. Well, I gotta be honest with you, Herb Dean. I think Trump backers are getting a little nervous, and because Kamala has got the momentum, and she's going to get even more momentum after the Democratic convention. So, Trump didn't really get a bump from the convention. Now, you would have thought he would have, given that he almost got assassinated. But, he didn't really. I mean, maybe a point or so, where I will guess Kamala will get at least a 5 or 6 point bump. So it's still a tight race. And, you could see one poll and see another poll, and, you could point to any poll to prove that your candidate's going to win. So, the debates, I think, or probably just one debate, which I think is on my birthday, September 17th. A Pierce T. Martini. I don't know about that, Furbo. I mean, I do find it funny that Kamala all of a sudden is hailed as this great orator and politician, and the way they talk about Waltz. I've never heard Waltz's name before on CNN or MSNBC, and now they all say he's great. And now the funny thing to me is that they all talk about the size of Kamala's crowds and how great it is, but yet when Trump did the same thing, oh, he just cares about the size of his crowds. Well, apparently you guys do too. Is she? I mean, I've always identified her as black. I didn't really know much about the Indian part, to be completely honest. But that's. I mean, I think Trump's mistake was kind of playing that race shit again. I didn't know she was black until now. I don't know. It doesn't. Even if you're a Trump supporter, and I think him calling her stupid, it's not going to play to females who are on the fence. And that to me is, when Trump got assassinated or almost assassinated, I said, well, he just won the election because of how he handled that. Putting his fist in the air and going, "Fuck yeah!" But now I think it's nip. It's real close. It's nip tuck. I think that debate, and it's probably just going to be one. And I do think she should debate on Fox too. I'll give Trump this. He goes to that black convention last week. The first debate was, where was the first debate? Was it CNN or was it Fox? No, it was Dana Bash and Jay Tapper. So it was CNN. So Trump went to where he's not favorably looked at. I think Kamala should do a debate on Fox. And then they do one on MSNBC. And she still would have 2 out of the 3 channels that root for her running the debate. Well, I think J.D. Vance, it's just kind of a boring pick. I don't think it generates a lot of excitement with the independents and the moderates. That's the Republicans' version of Waltz. So, it's so tight right now that, if I had to pick, I would say Harris, because I think Trump's going to implode. I do think it's listen, it's unfair, but it's like welcome to Hollywood, baby. That he had his whole marketing strategy about calling Biden old and, senile and all that. And, you got to give it to the Dems. They flipped the script. Kamala's almost 20 years younger than Trump. She's certainly not young, but, so now his whole strategy of, Sleepy Joe it's over. Yeah, but in this one they might, and I don't think either one. I think it's a wash. But this race is so tight that you got to do anything you can to sway the votes in your direction. Absolutely, Night Moose. I do find it funny that Vance. What did he call Hitler? This generation's Hitler. Or what did he call Trump? This generation's Hitler. And now he's on board with him. But Harris did the same thing. Go back to that 2020 debate where she called on the debate stage Joe Biden racist on stage, and now she's cucking for him. So both sides are full of shit in that regard. And it's just that's politics, I suppose. It's kind of sad. But, welcome to the business. Toby Mazer had JD on his pod twice back in the day. Ha! That's a Tony Mazer, not Toby. Okay. But I had heard the name JD Vance. I'd never heard Waltz's name before. And now I see I think tonight I saw a picture of J.D. Vance in drag. I'm not voting, to be honest with you. I don't like any choice. I really don't. And I know a lot of my friends are like, well, if you don't vote, you don't have a right to argue. I was like, I think it's even worse if you vote just for the sake of voting, to be honest with you. Oh, I'm sure Vance is a nice dude and cares about the country, and I'm sure Waltz is a nice dude, cares about the country. But are you a fan of Opie? I'm not a hater. I never really watched O&A, to be honest with you. So, this background's too. Let me turn my iMac off so we get a little more lovin's going on. Let's see how that works. Oh, I think that made it worse. Let's turn the Earl sign off. See how that goes? Okay, we can do that. I'm Shadow Company. Yeah, I just never got into Opie and Anthony. I was a Stern guy, and then when Jackie left, I kind of checked out of Stern. I never really liked Artie because I thought Artie would make it a lot of times too much about him, like trying too hard to get the joke in. Where does Lois go when you stream? Well, you guys, I can show you Lois on this stream because of my phone. Lois is, let's see, right behind me. So there she is. The famous Lois in the house. She's tired. She's got a bit of a belly on her. I feed her too much. But that is Lois. So, oh, she has 2 doggy beds. Dude, she has 3 doggy beds. She has 2 right over there and 1 big one that Annie, the German Shepherd, used to sleep on. Will you be attending Hackamania 2 and will you stay the night this time? I did stay the night. I stayed Friday night. Here's the thing. What happened on, as I was driving up there Friday, the Comedy Store called me and said, hey, can you close out the show Saturday night? And that's just not something I could say no to. I mean, that's like a $400 or $500 spot, which was about what I made for Hackamania. So, but I could have handled it a little better. I could have told Melton, hey man, I told him like Friday night after the gig, and he understood. But I got no problem with Melton. He treated me great. I know it'd be more exciting for you guys to hear me talk shit about him, but I was treated very good by all the people at Hackamania. Carl, even Joey C., who is causing a ruckus this week. But I don't follow the Dabbleverse very much anymore. I mean, I listen to MLC for a couple minutes a day, and I either go to sleep or wake up to Melton. And I would go back to Hackamania too. I probably would say, listen, I'm just going to stay the first night because, to be honest with you, I just don't have a lot of interest in being a guest on the podcast the second day, and the poker tournament I have 0 interest in on Sunday. So I would absolutely tell Melton, hey, I'm coming up for just one night. And you got to understand, like a 7-hour drive up there, a near 7-hour drive, because it was Gay Pride that weekend and back where I live. So it took me forever to get home. It was... I'm glad I did Hackamania. Got to see some of my Vegas comedy friends. Well, thank you, Lois Doggy Treat Fund and Fourth Bed Ross Dogs Broken Spirit, $5. And because I'm mobile, you do get this. And just so you guys don't think I'm full of shit, but it's so hot right now that there are Lois's 2 beds. And that is the anxiety bed she loves. Now here's something I can do because I can go mobile. There's the Ultimate Warrior, Always Believe, signed fame. These are my first 3 dogs that I ever had. There is Maddie, Mickey, and Freddie. Now, Mickey, I saw him get hit by a car full on. Didn't even faze him. There's a Franco Harris, Ace Frehley. Here's a funny thing. My friend was drumming for Vince Neil. Poison was the headliner. So my friend has all these guys sign the pictures and whatnot. And Brett Michaels is such an egomaniac. He thought my friend wanted his autograph, so he signed it to Brent. Get the fuck out of here. Here's a great Rudy Poshek framed and game-worn jersey. You can see some of, might be Rudy's blood or whoever he was fighting. Maybe it was the great Jeff Odgers. Lois be chilling right now. Be chilling right now. So this has been a fun little stream. Unexpected, but fun. Thank you, Ross Dogs, for the money, honey. And I promise it will go into the Lois puppy treat. Yes, Maddie, Mickey, and Freddie, they were a kind of cool story about them. We went to midnight mass, and we put our dog Tracy in the boiler room because of the coyotes that lived around the house. We didn't want her to get eaten. We came back from midnight mass, and there was 3 puppies with Tracy. Tracy was my very first dog. What do you think about the UK requiring TV licenses for owning a TV? I didn't know about that. That sounds pretty nuts. Earl, any chance you, the Danish and O'Neill, squirt out another podcast? Probably not. I don't think Danish and O'Neill will ever work together again, sadly. But I stay out of that. I still don't know the reason, and I don't want to know. I mean, I don't get great views overall, to be honest with you. But, I'm trying. I'm not going to do too many hour streams at this hour. But, I might periodically do one. I bought a Singed Ace 8x10 a while back on his website for $25. A few years later, went to his live show, and the same one was sold for $80. Casey Ryback, get the fuck out of here. Ryback the wrestler. And we got AEW All in London coming up. It's a little, I'm not super jacked about the card, to be honest with you. I mean, let's see if I can go off of memory. We got the AEW World Championship, Swerve Strickland against Bryan Danielson. I hope Swerve keeps the belt. I like him as a champ. We got MJF against Will Ospreay for the International Championship. We've got Toni Storm against Mariah May. That's been the best storyline. That's the one, ironically, I'm into the most. And then you've got, let me see, Mercedes Moné against Dr. Britt Baker. And then I think you're going to have something between the Patriarchy, House of Black, and the Gun Club. So, that should be interesting. And, Okada doesn't have a match. Now, that's the one thing I'll give AEW shit on. You've got Okada, who's a huge international star. You basically got your WrestleMania in London. It's an international card, and Okada doesn't have a match. Now, I see on Dynamite this Wednesday, they have him against Claudio. And, they've never wrestled before, so it's kind of an interesting match. But, I don't care who wins. I mean, I guess I'm rooting for Okada, but, that's the problem with AEW. You got to give it to WWE. I hear they plan their WrestleMania a year out. And it shows because you get into the storylines. And I see the Young Bucks I think they're battling someone on Dynamite. But, it's like this is just going to be a rush storyline with the Bucks and then Okada and Claudio. And you do have Jack Perry and Darby Allin. They better get Shane McMahon to come out at the end, or else this is going to be a real dud of a card. Although I think MJF and Ospreay, that could be match of the night. I like Jack Perry as a heel, so I think him and Darby will put on a show. And then, it's possible Jamie Hayter could return. I mean, I believe she's from the UK. She's been out a year plus, so maybe she comes out in the. I mean, I would have her come out in the Mercedes Moné match. Maybe she costs Britt Baker the title, or something along. Maybe she costs Mercedes Moné the title. So should be interesting. Hacksaw Jim Duggan is not on the AEW All in London card, to my knowledge. In terms of surprises, like who could come? I mean, obviously, Shane McMahon is the big one. I mean, there was a photo of Tony Khan and Shane McMahon meeting, and a lot of people think it's a work. Like this is some like WWE takeover, but I'm probably looking at this like it's not a work. Like Shane probably doesn't get along with his sister and probably hates her husband, so he's probably like, "Fuck you guys, I'll go to your competition." That would be big. I mean, that's something that I've said for the last 6 months that AEW's biggest problem is they got to figure out a way to get WWE eyes onto the product. So you got to find WWE fans and go, "Hey, what's going on Dynamite tonight? Rampage, Collision." I mean, Shane McMahon would do that. I mean, I thought having Ziggler as the devil would do that, but they did not think that. Do you think they should bring back more big muscular wrestlers? I mean, they have Wardlow and he's just wasting away. You got to know how to book these guys. They should bring back the jobbers. I do like the jobbers in AEW. They've got some funny ones. That tag team that looks like they're from the 80s, and now they're getting a bit of a push. They're kind of funny. I wish I knew their name. But they're pretty, they're like the Iron Mike Sharp of jobbers. Shane would strictly just be a talent, right? He's never been known as a creative guy. Well, I mean, I don't think at his age he's going to be, he might do one match a year at London. I think he would be best served as, well, I mean, he'd be someone I think Tony Khan would listen to, which is what I've said all along that Tony Khan needs. He needs someone to go. Like, let's say Shane McMahon was in AEW for the last year. He would be like, "Okay, you've got Okada. He's a huge international star. This is basically an international card because it's in London. He has to be in one of the main matches." Now maybe Omega, I'm sure I don't think Omega is cleared to wrestle because I'm sure the storyline would have been Omega against Okada for control of the Elite. I have met Shane once at Sushi Roku on 3rd Street in La Cienega. But, obviously Shane McMahon knows what a successful company would do. I think, the problem with AEW, this production is their biggest problem. You could tell their cameramen are not as good as WWE's. And that's not a knock on AEW's cameramen. It's just they're not as good. But I do think last year, All in London, that, AEW showed they could put on a big card with big entrances and pyro and all that shit. And maybe Edge comes back. I mean, I know he's hurt. He probably can't go, a broken ankle, I think. And then, it'll be interesting. I can almost sense they're building up a storyline where Camille turns on Mercedes. Because all my friends are like, "Oh my God, she's amazing in TNA. She does like these Rob Van Dam moves and she's like China." I don't see either comparison because she's definitely not as big as China. I mean, she's big, but and I don't quite see the Rob Van Dam comparisons. By the way, September 7th, I have a gig to plug. If you're local in California, I will be doing stand-up comedy before XPW and then being a master of ceremonies the rest of the night. It's September 7th at some theater. So that should be interesting, doing stand-up comedy before hardcore deathmatch wrestling. I told Rob Black, hey man, the fans don't want to really see comedy. They want blood and violence and fuck it, you'll be great. So I'm taking one for the team because XPW has been very good to me. They always let me backstage walking around with the wrestlers, and that's taboo. Like, you're not really supposed to walk around where the wrestlers are, but Rob Black has given me personal freedom to roam around the backstage area. I like Samoa Joe as champion, though. I think Samoa Joe brings validity to. I mean, we all know wrestling is scripted and predetermined, but he makes it seem real. Yeah, I saw China on Stern. It was kind of sad, you know. But yeah, Samoa Joe's not on a match. You know, I think Jay White's injured, but so far the build-up for this card has not been great. I mean, outside of the Mariah May heel turn, which they might have done too early, because they've really had to fill the time. You know, I think they did it about a month and a half ago, but I like it though. I mean, it was very well orchestrated. Yeah, Samoa Joe's a scary guy. Like, he's like one of those guys like Haku, who you could just tell is a real life badass. And they're trying to get Saraya in there, which makes sense. She's from London, but like they're kind of like rushing her to get a match. I don't know. Unless Jamie Hayter comes back like the last Dynamite challenges Saraya. I mean, that would be a good match. I mean, I'm assuming Jamie Hayter, she's been out a year and a half. Like, she's got to be pretty good to go. Yeah, the Muscle Buster, some of those finishes are fucking brutal. Like, and the one slip of, that, and that's how much they trust those guys. One slip, because those guys are so sweaty and fat and muscular that, if they slip an inch or two, you could break their neck. So I mean, look at Osprey did that move on Omega, and you could tell because it was at the end of the match, and Omega slipped a little bit. Was it the Tiger Driver? And I don't know how Omega didn't break his fucking neck. Goldust had the best Stern appearance for wrestlers. Yeah, I mean, he was pretty funny. I like Goldust. Still wrestling too. Like, that's crazy. I think we're the same age. Steve Blackman was a legit karate guy. Like, he didn't fuck around, and that character, he had basically no personality. Apparently, that's how he was in real life. It's just, we're not pranking this guy because he could fuck us up. I mean, I think in terms of most dangerous guys, legit, you always hear the name Haku, aka Meng. Danny Spivey was someone who has a very tough reputation. Rick Rude was a pretty tough dude. Allegedly beat up Ultimate Warrior pretty easily. Jericho is a legit tough guy. Like, he, I think, put Goldberg down from what reports are. Wait, what roast did you RF roast? Good morning, I'm sure you'll do great. Saw your RF roast. Actually made me spit out my drink. I don't know which roast that is. D'Lo Brown is a big dude. I mean, I'm trying to think of some wrestlers I've seen in person. I mean, Rob Van Dam's a solid guy. I wouldn't want to see him angry. I mean, obviously the big, huge guy. Austin Gunn is fucking solid. I mean, Big Bill is someone I would not want to see mad. Big Bill's been in my car, and my God, he is a fucking... Oh, Ric Flair roast. I'm sorry, dude. Thank you very much. I mean, I had the one joke that bombed, but that's how I roast, to be honest with you. I did a Jeff Ross joke that completely bombed, but I still think it's a funny joke. So heard a story that Blackman was X-Pac's roommate when he was addicted to meth. Said he spent days awake standing and staring in the same spot. I mean, I've known meth heads, man. That sounds like unbelievable, but I could see that happening. Um, I mean, meth is a fucking dark and dirty drug, that is for sure. So I'm trying to think of other legit. Um, I mean, Jack Hager. He's not someone I'd want to see pissed off. He's a legit wrestler. Matt Riddle is like a legit MMA guy. Am I saying he could like be good in the UFC? I don't know about that, but like, he's got legit training. Yeah, I mean, they don't fuck around. And that guy's in the WWE Hall of Fame. Was it Carlos Colon was his name? I mean, Braun Strowman is someone I wouldn't want to fucking see angry. Eric Rowan, he's a fucking big boy. I mean, Bray Wyatt, rest in peace. When I met him at the Comedy Store, we took a picture, and I put my arm around him. I'm a pretty big guy, or whatever, like for a normal civilian. I couldn't get my arm around him. The guy was so fucking big, and he's not one of the bigger guys. Like I literally was like, it was unbelievable. I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm trying to think of some of the wrestlers we had on the Comedy Store wrestling podcast. I mean, John Morrison's a fucking solid dude. Rocky Romero, when he gave me the chest slap, my chest hurt for 3 fucking days, and I could tell Rocky like let off. Is RVD related to the Jean-Claude Van Damme? No, he probably just. I don't know what his real last name is, but I'm going to assume RVD's real last name isn't Van Damme. He just looks like Van Damme, so people probably said, "Hey, your last name should be Van Damme." People think you're him. So that's about it, kids. This has been a fun late night. We'll go for 3 more minutes. So, thank you, Ross Dogs, for your $5 donation to the Lois Doggy Bed Fund. Now, September 17th, it's the only time I'll ask for super chats or whatever. That's my birthday, and I want to make it an all-time record. And views, likes, money to just drive the Dabbleverse insane. That would make those guys crazy. So mark it on your calendars, September 17th. By the way, this Friday I'll be in Costa Mesa, not performing, but seeing my friend, the great Ryan Roxy, Nita Strauss, Glenn Sobel, Chuck Garrett, Tommy Henriksen, and a singer named Alice Cooper. Thank you very much. Make sure to have a balloon, 100%. Favorite Van Damme movie? If you said anything other than Bloodsport, you were incorrect. Yeah, I mean, I liked Bloodsport. I mean, that's his best movie. It ain't even close. I would say second, if you said name a second. I like the first Kickboxer. I mean, that guy was no Chong Li, the guy with the fucking ponytail, but, it was pretty good. That's all of them. I mean, I liked him in the Expendable movie. Like, he was good in that. You could tell he had a good sense of humor. All right, we are in the final minute, guys. If you got, I'm assuming it's all guys. If you got any questions, you got 30 seconds. 30 seconds till the late night Earlverse is over. Ross Dogs. Double Impact's not bad with the great Jeffrey Lewis. That didn't Dennis Rodman in that too? Is it me or does every Steven Seagal movie consist of his daughter getting kidnapped? Then he goes to the strip club. No, that would be the Taken movies with Liam Neeson. But my favorite Seagal movie, he must be a dick if they didn't even use him in The Expendables. But I'm also mad they put Terry Crews in instead of Carl Weathers. I mean, come on. I mean, how many people think action movies and go, yeah, Terry Crews. Yes, R.I.P. Angel Salazar. I'll dedicate this Earlverse stream to him. I only met him a few times. It's the first comic I ever saw at the store, as you guys know. But, always sad when the comedy store um, loses one of their own. Well, the funny thing is, someone made a list. I wish I could pull it up right now of who should have been. Like, if they're doing one more Expendables movie, there's so many good guys that haven't been used yet. You could use Thomas Ian Griffith from Karate Kid 3, Jeff Speakman, Don the Dragon Wilson, Tex Cobb. Um, I'm trying to think. You got to think people from that era. They're in their 70s now, so how fucking believable is it? But some of them are still pretty jacked. Maybe even Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, listen, you got to give it to Bruce. He was a great athlete. Um, no, not that Angel Salazar. We're talking Angel Salazar, the comic. I'm trying to think who else would be good if they did like one last. I mean, Seagal would be. I mean, he's the most notable. Maybe Al Leong, the Asian guy who was in every '80s karate movie and Die Hard. He's the guy who stole the Kit Kat in Die Hard. Trying to think who else. I mean, Bolo Young. I mean, he's got to be fucking 80, 85, but he's probably still pretty jacked and in shape more than the other people. So that is it, guys. It's 3:30 in the morning. I appreciate everyone who listened tonight. Sent in some questions. Thank you, Ross Dogs, for the money, honey. Yeah, Bolo. I mean, Bolo Young's first big role of prominence was what was his name? He was in Enter the Dragon as Mr. Han's right-hand man. And then I went up to him once at Gold's Gym in Venice, and I didn't realize he didn't speak English. So right in the middle of his workout, I was just, hey, man, I'm a big fan of Enter the Dragon. He just kind of stared at me. And his buddy was like, he doesn't speak English, right? I'm like, yeah. All right, you kids. Earl Skakel over and out. Hit the like button, subscribe. You know what to do by now. There ain't no new listeners at 3:30 in the morning. Shit.